All right, our next livability success story is Fred Kuhr. We're going to keep this short and sweet. Fred is the director of production at Dykhuis Farms. Fred's going to talk to us about adoption of technology to optimize labor priorities. Let's give Fred a hand.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I got one quick story. So if you look at my bio, it says that I have 5 kids, 15 grandkids. Showed that to my wife, and she looked at me, stink eye, right? You know, I'm a good husband. Said, what did I do wrong? We have 5 great grandkids as well, so. Let's go ahead and we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about Dykhuis for just a few minutes, the programs that we use, how we're using them, and how they help us. So at the end, we'll try to put it all together. So Dykhuis, soon we'll have 19,700 sows. We've actually got one in remodel as we speak. So we should produce about 11,000 pigs, 60 semi-loads. We'll have about 280,000 finishing pigs on hand, and right now we're running 5,500 acres of row crop. This is the driver. So Joe Dykhuis is the president. He's been on the farm his whole life. He's the guy that drives our technology. He's the one that's pushing us. He likes good data. And he's really good at it. He's good at pushing us, right? I'm an implementer. I'm not going to go out there and find that other stuff. He will. And so we found some good stuff. We'll try to put it together. So I think this is important. I want to talk about our core beliefs. So it's our job to put people in a position to be successful. It's our job to provide expectations and accountability, like PJ talked about. It's our job to provide resources to achieve those expectations. Our job to give feedback on performance. The faster, the better. We need to get the right people in the right seat on the bus. We use science and technology to manage production, and we use technology as an accelerator. So here's the programs I'm going to talk about today. I had like 80 slides, right? So there was tons of stuff. I don't have 80 slides anymore. So these are the biggies that I'm going to go over today. So pig flow, I don't know, I'm sure everybody's probably been exposed to it a little bit, but pig flow is a program that manages data for us, moves data around. So everybody on the farm has a handheld, and basically it's a phone, it's a smartphone, but it doesn't have any phone data in it, so you don't have to worry about that. We've got good restrictions on it, so they can't get on the computer and play all the games and all those kind of things. But it's been extremely helpful for us. It's helped us with consistency. It's helped us with training. It's really helped us with getting people in the right spot, leastwise getting them trained correctly. It saves a ton of time with managers. I've had several managers say that it took two hours of office time and put them back in the farm. So that's fantastic. I mean, the more time we keep them in there, the better off we are. So everybody's got that phone, so think about that. So every little thing I do today, I have a dead pig, I bred a sow, I did anything, I put it in, and now it's all grouped up, headed to Pig Champs. Instant data. This is the one I like. So we went away from sow cards, kinda, right? So we used to have somebody in the office printing all the cards on card stock. None of that happens anymore. It's all being printed in the farms. It's printed on light paper. We need that barcode. That's what we need. We do add the data to that piece of paper because There might be a few old guys around that still like to read that. But with that barcode, we can take these handhelds, flash it instantly, see the sow, see all her data. We can do all the inputting, treating, everything. And guess what? We don't transpose numbers anymore. So in farrowing, the things I like, so that you can walk farrowing. So if you hit that button, this is what they have in their hand. They can see this all the time on the farm. So if they hit that button, I can see every room, what's the pre-weaning mortality in that room. I can hit that button again. It will show me every sow that's in that room. So I can look at how many dead pigs each sow had. And everything is time-stamped. So, but I'll talk to that in a little bit. Fostering litters. PJ said something about making sure that we knew the T count. Make sure all that information is there. It's there. The minute they flash that sow, the minute they bring her up, all of that data is there. We've already counted the teats. We know where pigs go. It will tell us how many litters have farrowed today, how many sows have extra pigs, how many sows have empty spots, so we can move quickly. Farrowing goals, right? So up on the top, up here, that's actually, you can drop that down. It'll show you the next 7 days. I really like that because it tells me how many sows are going to farrow every day for the next 7 days. So if I need extra labor to work on day 1, we know where to move them to. Early pig care, this is really cool. So it'll also tell you when's the last time you checked that sow, right? So we want to be back every 20 minutes, maybe a little faster if we can. It keeps track of all of that. It has a little alarm on it, says you're behind, right? If you have any sows that are known for having stillborns, it will flag them, and every time you bring her up, it will tell you that. Gestation, right? So on farm, this is in his hands, right? He can see read targets. He can tell where he's at, how many he's got going on. How many he bred yesterday, so if for some reason a breeder changes or whatever, he knows how much semen to take out. It's all on efficiencies. Walk in the gestation. Whoops, sorry. How do I go back? Thank you. So walk in the gestation, it'll tell you the total inventory, but then it says, hey, you got this many wean sows, you got this many gilts, you got this many opportunity sows. Click on each individual, it'll tell you how many days they've been open. The chat feature is really very nice, so it's a communication thing. So everybody on the farm knows what's going on. So that is not a walkie-talkie, that's a chat. So if I put something on there, every employee on the farm reads it. So if I'm in the farm and I'm ready to load farrowing, I can hit that. Everybody in gestation knows to start bringing sows. Where it's really been good is trucks showing up, deliveries, semen deliveries, any of that, right? Each one of those has one of those communication phones in their vehicle. They get there, hey, we're here to deliver semen. Everybody on the farm, somebody shows up right away. I don't know how many times that any of you have sat outside of a barn, waited for an hour for somebody to finally show up or answer a phone, but I've been there. Not any fun. The one slide I don't have, so right beside the chat is a deal called task. And what that'll do is you can list out what tasks got to be done today. So as the team is working, if they get done with a task, instead of going and finding a manager and say, what do I got to do next? It's all listed out. Every task that gets done gets a check mark on it. It's off. We just keep working toward the end of the day. So organization. So this is the web part of that. This is they don't see this on their phone, but this is on the computers now. And so for the manager, for me, for the production, for director, right? I can see all of this information real time. None of this is behind. If they breed a sow, I can see it. If they farrow a sow, I can see it. So, you know, on this particular one anyhow, I can see what's going on for the week. So this isn't the last 7 days. This is locked in for the week. So I know how many sows got bred. I know how many sows are farrowing. Just communication. So also, you can see history very quickly. Now you can get all of this stuff from Pig Champs and whatever programs you're running, but you got to go run it, right? This thing puts it up there right away. Instant information. I even know where they're at for the last week. So the number of litters farrowed, pigs weaned. This one's really, really cool. So I'm sure I'm the only person in here that's ever had to deal with PED. And what's one of the first questions you ask the farm when you got PED? How many pigs you got above 12 days old? Right? And I need that information pretty quickly here because I got to get a truck coming. I got to get feed in the right spot. Within literally 2 or 3 minutes, I can pull this up. I can actually flip that into Excel and tell you how many I got by day of age very quickly. This is a really good one. So everybody can see how many times that I've put something in the handheld, but it's all time stamped. Okay? So this is really good. You can keep drilling it down. I had too many slides, so I had to get rid of some. So this is very helpful for training people because we know what your pre-weaning mortality is today. How did, in your rooms that you're taking care of, we know the stillborns that you've seen today. So it's really good for that. So handhelds. It's a handheld computer, right? We can do anything with that thing. One of the things that we do, we kind of came up with our own way of working on colostrum because we can put a $200 camera, thermal camera on this cheap phone. We tempt those pigs right away. We had to arbitrarily pick some numbers, but those are the ones we work on the hardest for colostrum. The other one is a translator because I don't speak Spanish that well. And it's really fun now because everybody has a translator in their hand. I can walk up to anybody and they can ask me questions and I can ask them questions. We don't need to go find the translator because it's in the phone. Microsoft 365, we're really not using that to its capability, but we're doing a lot of farm communications with it, a lot of file sharing, a lot of remote work. I wanted to talk about Maximus for a second, right? So this is a controller that we use. I'm not saying it's better or anything. It's the one we got, right? So it's running ventilation, feed systems. You can view the status, receive alerts. But what it's kind of done for us, we talk about technology. We went from Maximus, and then the heat mats came along. And guess what? Maximus can run the heat lamps. What I learned in the last summer, which is probably not new to anybody else, but Maximus can say, okay, the room is 85 degrees, I'm going to shut it off. And so it's great. The minute we put heat mats in, guess what's missing? All the cords. Now we go to wash power. Save labor. Pork Avenue, I'm sure I'm probably going to run out of time here, ain't I? But so Pork Avenue, we use it for the training, right? What we learned from PigFlow, all the things that PigFlow could show us, who needs training, where the training needs to come from. PigFlow really helps us with that. Cloverleaf, I happen to like Cloverleaf because it tells you personalities. I didn't think that it could know things, but it's really very good. It's kind of amazing. To pull it all together, we like to, use technology for accurate information. We want to get that information back in the hands of that employee as quickly as we can. And now is really instantaneous. Working on finding the strengths of each employee. Like PJ said, you got to find that right day one person. This helps, right? Like I said, they get results. Managers spend time working on the system rather than in the system. We can access immediately directly from the office, so it saved us a ton of office. We went from 60 hours of inputting into PigChamps in the office to 6 per week. It just boom, because all that data is going directly in. We encourage managers to step out of their comfort zone, spend more time in this program, learn, teach people, keep moving in the technology. And we're going to keep working with Swine Techs. It's been pretty good so far.